Hi, I am here to share my experience of an unexpected encounter with a homeless man that ended up changing my life forever. This happened 12 years ago when I was 24. My fiancé at the time, now husband, was visiting his family for Christmas. They live about 3 hours away from us, so we decided to go there together. It was going to be my first time meeting his family, and I was both nervous and excited. On the way over, we stopped for lunch at this small cafe close to their house. The cafe was cozy and charming. We got our lunch and were eating it outside on one of their wooden patios. My fiancé had ordered a huge sandwich that he couldn't finish. Normally he would wrap it up to take it home, but we were leaving the next day, so he just left it on the plate. Looking at the untouched sandwich, I felt bad because I knew how hard his family worked. They were simple folk who didn't have much money. His dad was a retired mechanic and his mom was a school teacher. The homeless man was very skinny and dirty. He had long hair and a beard and looked like he hadn't showered in a while. But what shocked me even more was his eyes. They were clear and bright and very intelligent looking. When he took the sandwich from us, he looked up and said, "Thank you," and that was it. We went back to our table, feeling good about ourselves for helping someone in need. We finished our coffee and left. We didn't see the homeless man anymore, and I never thought about him again until last week when I met my fiancé's father. Let me explain. Last week, my husband and I were driving back from my parents' house after spending the weekend there. We had a long drive day and were exhausted. We were driving in complete silence when suddenly my husband said, "I'm so tired. I need to stop and get some gas. Do you want anything?" "Yes," I said. "Get some snacks from the gas station store." So he pulled into the gas station and parked the car. He came out of the gas station holding a bunch of snacks and drinks. "Here you go," he said, smiling. "Thanks," I replied, taking the items and opening them one by one. "What is this?" I asked. "This is an energy drink," I said. "I don't like those. Can I get some water instead?" "Sure," he replied, handing me a bottle of water. Then he turned to leave, but I called out to him, "Wait, where are the snacks?" He came back and said, "Oh, I forgot. I'll be right back." He walked away again. A few minutes passed and he returned with 2 bags full of nuts and chips. "I asked for snacks," I said, confused. He looked puzzled and said, "You did. That's why I bought them for you." "Did you not want them?" I felt terrible. It was so out of character for my husband to buy me random things without me asking for them first. I told him, No, don't worry. I'm sorry. I just had a crazy idea of buying all these things for myself and thought maybe I should surprise you with them too. But it's okay. Don't bother." He took the bags from me and said, "Don't worry about it. I understand. It is just that sometimes I like to do nice things for the people I love without them having to ask for anything in return. Is that wrong?" I said. "No, not at all. I'm sorry I snapped at you." I think I just needed some time to process everything. We continued our drive in comfortable silence. About an hour later, he said, "I still need to pee. Do you want to come with me or wait in the car?" "Go ahead. Take your time," I replied. As soon as he got out of the gas station, I noticed something strange. There was a homeless man sitting on the other side of the road looking at us, and I immediately recognized him. It was the same homeless man from the cafe 12 years ago, but there was something different about him now. He was wearing clean clothes and his hair and beard were neatly trimmed. He looked healthy and strong. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't help but stare at him. Was he really the same person? He looked completely different. Suddenly, he stood up and started walking towards us. I got scared and quickly hid. My husband returned from the bathroom and opened the car door. "Come on, let's go," he said. As soon as he got into the car, I locked the doors and rolled up the windows. "What's wrong?" he asked. "Who was that man?" "That was the homeless man from the café," I replied. "What did he want?" "I don't know. I think he recognized me, but I don't remember him saying anything. He just kept staring at me." "Oh, well, maybe he wanted to thank you for giving him the sandwich all those years ago." "Really?" I asked. "Yeah, maybe." We drove in silence for a while. Then my husband said, "Do you want to go back and see him?" "No, I think it's better to leave him alone. He probably has a life of his own now and doesn't need me anymore," I said. We continued on the road. An hour later, we pulled into the driveway of my in-laws' house. They were so happy to see us. We spent the night playing games and eating dinner with them. After everyone went to bed, my husband and I went to our room. I was getting ready to sleep when suddenly I heard a knock on the window. I opened the window and there was the homeless man standing there. "Yes," I asked. "May I come in for a minute?" Sure," I replied hesitantly. He climbed in and introduced himself. "My name is John. I wanted to thank you for the sandwich you gave me all those years ago. It meant a lot to me and helped me get through a tough time in my life," he said. "It was no trouble, John. I'm glad you liked it," I replied. Then he said something that surprised me. "I also wanted to tell you that your husband is a good man. He has a kind heart, and I could tell, even back then, that he was going to do great things in his life." "Thank you, John," I said, blushing. He continued, "Actually, I wanted to talk to you about your husband. Your husband, he's a good man. Strong character, honest, hardworking. He's going to make you very happy," he said. Thank you, John. What do you mean?" "I know this may sound strange, but I'm his father," he said. I gasped. "What? You're his father?" "Yes, I gave up on him a long time ago, thinking that he'd be better off without me. But I've been watching over him, and I couldn't be prouder of the man he has become." "If anyone deserves your love and happiness, it's him," John said. I was stunned. All this time I had been talking to my future father-in-law without knowing it. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe that the homeless man I had shared a sandwich with all those years ago was actually the father of my fiancé, but there he was, telling me about his son and giving me his blessing. It was a moment I would never forget. He told me many stories about my fiancé as a child and how proud he was of him. He also apologized for not being there for him growing up. I made a lot of mistakes, but I'm grateful that it brought him closer to his mother. "She's an amazing woman, and I know he loves her very much," he said. I listened intently, feeling honored to be the one he chose to share these moments with. Eventually, he said it was time for him to go. "Thank you for listening, Martha. It means a lot to me," he said. He climbed out of the window and disappeared into the darkness. I couldn't believe what had happened. I shared a sandwich with a homeless man and ended up meeting my fiancé's father, a reclusive billionaire. How crazy is that?